Howdy. Today we're doing a video on the Anku Incarnon as per request. It's a little later than I had hoped. I ended up missing the circuit reward when it was here, so I just sold some shit and bought it for platinum instead from the Incarnon market. So I have it though. I've got it now. Got it all formed up, and it's a pretty decent weapon, but it's got some issues. So we'll go over that. Now it's a one-handed scythe. It's got meh base stats, but that's why the Incarnon fixes it. So the Incarnon mode, you know, as with most Incarnon melees, you reach 6x combo, activate your heavy attack, goes into the Incarnon mode for 3 minutes. Successful slide attacks grant 3 meters of range and inflict slash status for all attacks for 6 seconds. So basically, as long as you hit an enemy with your slide attack, you get 6 seconds of plus 3 meters of range and forced slash procs, which is pretty nice. It also gives 100% more melee damage, which is additive to pressure point, 20% sprint speed, and 20% parkour velocity. So that's just nice for getting around. Evolution 2, you can go with Edge of Justice for 50 base damage and 40% melee attack speed, or Guardian's Promise for 50 base damage and 80% heavy attack efficiency with overshields. I vastly prefer Edge of Justice, but you can go whichever one you prefer. Next, we have Evolution 3. You can go with Swordsman's Celerity for 20% movement speed, Standoff, so it pauses the combo timer when the weapon is holstered, or Swift Break for 60% heavy attack wind-up speed. Because this gives massive diminishing returns, Swift Break does, like with other wind-up speed stuff for heavy attacks, I don't think it's really worth having. So I prefer the movement speed, though you can make use of standoff as well. And finally, in Evolution 4, we have Absolute Dominion for 20% status, Subtle Force for 6% crit and 14% status, or Absolute Valor for 12% crit. The one that gives the most value in general would probably be Subtle Force, but we have Forced Slash procs, so I kind of prefer Absolute Valor. I don't know. Subtle Force is usually going to be the best option, though, because it has horrible base status. This fixes the base status while also giving you slightly higher crit. Now, did I screw up this build? I did screw this build up a little bit. No, okay, we can show this first. So, the weapon is more or less, with its Incarnon form, it's just a one-handed scythe with a lot of range and slash. That's all it really does. It doesn't have much else going for it. Oh, I know what I need to fix right now. I see now. I need to put another forma right here. There we go. Now, you can... Wait. I want this stance. There we go. So you can put melee afflictions on it and get even more slash procs, because with heavy attacks you forcefully knock enemies. In Reaping Spirals, neutral basic also flings enemies around, so you can put a ton of extra slash procs on enemies. And then you just really build heavily into damage. I would go full in on range. You can put viral on it because you're getting lots of forced slash procs that you don't really need to have slash on it anyways, plus it has puncture weighting. Though you can just get viral from your companion very easily, or like nourish or something. So I would rather build all in on damage and range, especially because this is a scythe that you can maximize the range on compared to other stuff. So plus the 3 meters from Incarnon and another 2 meters with spring-loaded blade, that puts us at 10.8 meters on a one-handed scythe with slash procs galore, which is quite nice. Lots of crit chance from Sacrificial Steel and Blood Rush, crit damage from Amalgam Organ Shatter and Gladiator Might, which also gives more crit chance. Prime Pressure Point for melee damage, Melee Elementalist for a multiplicative status damage buff to our status procs, which would be slash. Another thing you could try to fit into this build would be Condition Overload. Condition Overload is actually probably better than Prime Pressure Point here, but I obviously can't fit it in, and you're not going to have too big of a damage difference, though I still would probably fit it in if you're like priming with something else. Nothing affecting our damage on our Warframe and no companion as of right now, and Epitaph is just here for the extra combo duration from Dexterity. So, let's spawn in the enemies. And go ahead and do that so we can build up our combo faster. Give me a Tennokai, please, and thank you. There we go. So now, there we go, we get the extra range. And look at that. We just slap them around. Always make sure you're spamming the slide attacks so that you can get the force slash procs. It's not anything insane. Look at that. 500k, right? 500,000 on slash proc without viral or any sort of outside damage buffs. That was without the, there we go. 821k. Oh, the guy on the right had 1.3 million damage, I believe. So it's not bad, but the problem is, if you're gonna go for just slash on a one-handed scythe to kill stuff, Harmony exists, and it's 1,000 times easier to get. It's not an Incarnon. You can just do a mission that people get access to on base star chart. Like, a freaking Mastery 10 guy can get a better scythe than the Incarnon Anku. So, you're really just using it for the extra range, right? It's just like a worse Harmony, but you get more range, I guess. There's not really much reason to using it. And on top of that, it's for Slash. Slash is significantly worse than it was before Jade Shadows, right? It got like a massive passive nerf, which is kind of rough. It doesn't affect Harmony almost at all because Harmony is just that broken. The damage on it is just absurd. But in the case of a normal slash melee like Anku, it's not doing nearly as much damage as it used to. And if you just want to maximize maximum range on a melee, you could use a dagger, because daggers have way better follow-through, right? This has, what, 60% one-handed scythes have? Whereas daggers get 90% follow-through, which is significantly better. So you'll be getting a lot more damage. Like, you can just use the, what's that one Incarnon dagger called again? Crap, where is it? Where is it? Here we go, Inodem. Just go Inodem. Inodem's got more range, right? Plus 3 meters from the heavy attack, then what is it? I'm pretty sure one of these gives more range, though I could be wrong. Yeah, here we go. Oh no, that's for aerial attacks. Regardless, though, plus 3 meters on the heavy attack, that puts you at 4.8. Then you add in primed reach for 7.8, and you add in, if you really wanted more range, spring-loaded blade for 9.8, right? You can get very high range on a weapon with 90% follow-through instead. This is just going to be a way better option. So Anku is just sort of fit into a spot where it doesn't really do much that's useful. So it's kind of a yikes. Now, something else you could try is a slam build with forced slash procs, because typically you don't get forced slash procs on slams, but you can make it happen with this because we have the Incarnon, right? All of our attacks force slash procs, and then we also have melee afflictions to make it go from like 1 to 7 slash procs. So if you wanted to do that, dang it, I got rid of my slam build, so I have to fix it real quick. So I would change that, slap on Discipline's merits. Now you're likely still going to want primed reach to be able to build up your combo. I don't know, I guess if you want to maximize damage, you would take that out. Take that out, add in Seismic Wave. We still want melee elementalist, of course. Now we can add in Condition Overload? Question mark? Maybe? Yes, no? So now we got lots of crit rate, crit damage, base damage, you know, all the fancy shebangy stuff. Attack speed would be extra nice just for more attack speed, but it's not necessary. So, and then I would also switch to Guardian's Promise here, right? Oh, but then we lose attack speed. And you don't consistently have over shields. Never mind, I guess you would just stick with Edge of Justice. Yeah, we'll stick with that. So now we just have a slam heavy build. It's going to be a little more annoying to build up our combo because we don't have primed reach here, but it still shouldn't be that much of an issue. Or so I hope. Okay, yeah, we got it just fine. It's no issue at all. Activate our heavy attack. Get a slide in. And then look. Big PP damage. That is really the main way of using the weapon that's effective. And also something that not really anything else can do, right? Like big PP slash from heavy slams. Massive amounts of damage. So in this case, it's actually pretty strong. It is going to be likely worse, though, than something like an Architecturan with melee influence. So it still has some very strong competition. And an Architecturan or a Magistar even with melee influence is also going to have significantly more range. The main reason to go with this would be that because it's slash damage, you can bypass armor. So you can completely forego armor strip here and still get the full amount of damage. So it's nice if you're using a build where you don't have armor strip, like let's say with Varuna. Varuna doesn't have armor strip in her base build, and you don't really want to have to force an armor strip on her via Helmet, because Kalervo's Helmet is just way too good on her. So it actually would work quite well with Varuna, I'd say. But overall, I'd say it's a good, strong weapon that unfortunately doesn't fit something niche enough to really be amazing. And it's got too strong of competition to shine when compared to stuff like that. But if you like the weapon and you want to, like, you know, use a slam scythe, or listen to that. Listen to the sound. The little extra glowiness and the sound it makes when you do a slide attack on the Incarnon, because that's a special thing, is pretty satisfying. So, you know, if you like the weapon, you can very much make it work. That's pretty much going to do it, though, for the Anku Incarnon. I enjoy it. I might use it more. Probably going to try it out with my Varuna build that I'm going to be making soon once I actually craft Varuna. So, yeah. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe. Adios.